What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to be pulling the motor out of the Mazda. I've been debating for a while where to start with this project. I wasn't sure whether or not to do the motor or to paint the rest of the car because this bumper doesn't exactly match this color. But I love this color so much more, and I think we're going to do that color all the way across. Black roof, black wing, maybe black trunk. Do the hood. I have a different hood for this. But anyways, today I'm going to pull the motor because I want to paint the engine bay first. As you can see, some stuff is a little grimy. Valve cover, not that big of a deal. I have a valve cover right now sent out for powder coating, and hopefully that's done by the time this motor goes back in. If not, not a big deal. I have the other motor all the way back there for this car that's actually getting cleaned up. But I just pretty much want to fix some stuff. There's some ugly paint chipping. This has all been spray painted. I want to actually paint it with the gun. There's some rust down in there to fix. So I've already done, I think, 1 or 2 videos on pulling these motors. I think one was the 1.6, one might have been the 2.0. I'm not sure. I think it was the Volkswagen. But anyways, I'm just going to pull this motor. I'm going to pretty much get all this done first. Take all the bumper off, take the hood off, take the grill off, get it up in the air. And I think I'm just going to time-lapse the whole thing because I really don't want to film everything like in detail because I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory by now. If you watch the Jetta video, then it pretty much says first. I get it, the Jetta was a 2.0 and a 1.8, and it was also Volkswagen. But this is pretty much, I mean, if you pull one motor, you pretty much pull all the motors. It's not really that big of a deal pulling motors. It's actually really simple. Most people overcomplicate things. The wiring scares them, parts scare them, nuts and bolts everywhere. But you know what? A bolt's a bolt. If you have the right thread and the right length and the right grade of bolt, and you know your bolts, you don't have to worry so much about losing bolts. Let's get started. So I'm just going to take all this off and okay, hood, bumper, next is headlights. Time starts now. It is 5:08. Headlights are easy to get out. This one's just zip tied there. 10 mil, 10 mil. For those of you that aren't getting the hint, that's supposed to be a 10 mil. Next thing I gotta do, I gotta get this radiator out, so I gotta drain all the coolant out of it, disconnect the lower hose, drain all the motor, coolant out of the motor, drain the oil, and drain the gear oil so we don't make a mess, like I do almost every time. I say we're not gonna make a mess and then we make a mess. I don't understand. Alright, radiator's out. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take 2 bolts out of the thermostat housing, that way I can let all the coolant out. I went to pull the trans drain bolt and yeah, no oil came out of that. Kind of worries me. I feel like if I pull the axle out, it will probably come out. I think it's also because it's a little high up and it's jacked up off the ground. So, gotta take the wheels off, pull the axles out, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna do for now, and then I'll pick up what you got. Yeah, wheels are off, axle nuts are off. Now I just gotta disconnect tie rod ends and the strut, and then I should be able to take the axles out. I did the same on the other side, took the intake off, took the battery out, disconnected some of the wiring harness stuff to go around, disconnect it. Radiator is out, I think I just said that in the last clip. AC is staying connected, so I gotta pull that off. So I gotta take the belt off. And there's not much left to pull. Got the belt off, now I can get the AC, hang it off to the side. I think I might take cruise control out so I don't have to worry about it. Booster line is disconnected, more of the wiring harness is disconnected, gotta drain the power steering fluid, and gotta get the axles out. One axle out, and good news, there was gear oil in there, just not that much. Kind of scares me, but this side, it's really hard to see, but back there I think there's 2 or 3 14mm nuts, or bolts, that goes into the block. You have to pull them off, and it disconnects the half shaft, which gives you the whole axle. Okay, status update. Both axles are out. Now it's just getting wiring done, taking this power steering out, and disconnecting that mount, and there's one in the back and one in the front. That one's easy, just 1 bolt. 2 bolts, and 2 bolts, something like that, I don't remember. And 3 bolts in the back. Shifter bolts out, shifter linkage is out, whatever you want to call it, underneath. Spent way too much time doing that. Thought I was tightening the bolt or loosening the bolt, but I was actually tightening and loosening it back and forth, and I didn't even realize I kind of zoned out. But anyways, power steering is disconnected. Engine mount in the rear is disconnected. Front engine mount has to get disconnected. Got to set up the hoist, and yeah, got to take care of the AC pump. AC compressor has to get kind of like bungee cord off to the side, but that's not a big deal. Starter harness is going to get pulled with it. This I just got to watch out as I pull. And yeah, should be coming out. Alright, so after I got done last night, I forgot to take a picture of the time, but I do have a timer picture right here. That is, somebody else decided they were going to time me at the beginning, and I didn't even know they were timing, but they sent me the picture afterwards, and 2 hours and 38 minutes to pull this motor. I didn't think I could do it that quick. I mean, I've pulled this motor numerous times. I mean, not this one, but Mazda motors in general. So, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. If you want to see any more of this build, leave it in the comments below, and smash the like button, and hit the subscribe button while you're there too. Almost at 3,000 subscribers, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.